SimCity 4. Alright, this time I'm going to try for a really big building expansion here. I guess we start here. If I don't want to do that, how do I do this? I think I've got to explode everything, and then that gets rid of the city. I mean, most of this is just going to go right back in, but I want to remove the name and all that stuff. But yeah, it's time to just kind of fill in all the terrain and get things done. I think what we'll do is we'll just put in as many farms as we can for the regional demand, get rid of all that. Maybe go back into Millerton to kind of finish things up there. And then... okay. And then we'll head off. So anyway, I get let's pop out of this, because we got to look at where all this stuff matches up. Okay. So if we look into River City here, we see that this plateau goes off the edge and is sort of meant to be that way, and there's a little valley here, and this plateau just kind of pops up in the middle there. Okay. Yeah. So, in the greater regional scheme of things, that means we need this plateau to continue going that way, but got a little bit of a corner here, so that there needs to be kind of something there, probably just a little bit of a corner. So this needs to diverge there. Now this pops up here. I think if I pop back into here to look, that's the wrong direction. Yeah, so that ridge line actually continues a little bit more. So this plateau, this side of it, needs to expand out. Pretty much to the edge, I would think. Especially if it's going to match up with what's going on with Millerton here. We're going to have a big plateau, and then we've got this mountain here back in Garden City. This ridge, I don't think actually goes all the way up to... where are we? Okay. It sort of does. The peaks do not, but it does lift up here. So what we're looking at is probably a little bit of a valley. We want the mountains to kind of come in here, and then we want this plateau. So this plateau will probably dig a little bit into this one, and then maybe a tad bit into there as it goes that way. We'll just kind of have some tableland there, and then we will have all of this, because I don't think this raises terrain. Maybe just a little bit, very little bit. It's actually, I need to maybe fix that just a bit too. That is a heavily polluted area, isn't it? Well, that's kind of how it was designed. Alright. So, let's sort of reshape the land here. And maybe I should reshape this one just a little bit. Get this one out of here. So when it comes over to this side, I've really only got some little weird hills here that I could probably fix there as well. In fact, I want to change that a little bit anyway. This is a terrible bottleneck right here for that river. I mean, in reality, this would probably be flooding all the time every year. So we'll widen that just a bit so it makes more sense in context of the river. And yeah, why don't we actually start with the north side here? This is, oops, let me actually start in here. Okay, let's pause. This is probably something I should have done from the very beginning. Rather than just build as a city and go on from there, I think this might have worked out better to build the map and then build cities within it. Because that seems kind of how it's meant to be. You know, it's a little bit designed that way. Anyway, if you don't make your own, if you choose a scenario or whatnot, you're given a map anyway. So okay, so we want to do a valley on this one. Okay, push back on that. I'd like to keep a little bit of interest in it. I just want it to be bland, but to that end, maybe I should have done a little bit of erosion work or something on it. Okay. That looks a little bit better. Okay, so really this is actually not going to go too deeply then. If that little hill is all there is, kind of maybe looking at something there, and then with this, we'll probably have it start to flatten there. Okay. So this is where we need to kind of maybe smooth a little bit of a transition in. Looking at Mesa on this one. Probably to like right there. And then we're going to have to probably grab something like that. Okay, a very similar thing over here. Oh, let me pop out. Okay, that definitely needs to be flatter. And kind of splay there. So this will probably be going for like half of that. Oh yeah, well, it's hard to tell, but that definitely needs to be flattened out and not go like that. I could do a quick level on this. Picking the highest point off of that. Maybe erosion is better. Let's pick this again. See, I keep falling into that damn trap of not reconciling the edges on the things I'm trying to change. Just screw it up again. Okay, it's acceptable. It's not quite perfect right there, but it doesn't look unnatural, I guess. pop into here. Grab that. So this, all we gotta do really is just bring it forward a little bit. It's pretty good, actually. Yeah, I mean, that actually works. There's a weird little dip going on here, but I'll allow it. Okay. So there's got to be another feature. There's my feature list. This big old one here needs a secondary feature. It's already got island or plateau. I mean, we're kind of already there. So I guess I could do maybe like a little one. There. It's kind of weird, but whatever. All right, let's get all this in here. I wonder if this is tall enough for a tunnel. Because then I could get this hooked up here and then farmland over there, but it would not mesh with what I've got going on this side. For whatever reason, I chose to make this undeveloped. Which does not have to be the case. I mean, if I'm going to go to all the trouble of making this little bit farmland anyway, then this side would definitely be. So it's going to have a name, and if the road is going to go through there, then I can just have it poked down. So yeah, we'll see about getting rail in there, or tunnel rather. Okay, so now this side, this is the side that I've got to pull this thing pretty much all the way to the edge here. Now this, it's a little bit, I mean, if we look here, right? There is just a little bit of elevation here. But most of this plateau goes right here. But if we look at it over here, that goes way out. So maybe I can pull this back a little bit. Okay, let's get in here. I guess we can reconcile edges again. Okay. So yeah, actually, now we can pull that back, and we will keep that as sort of the high point. This definitely has to pull out here. Yeah, let's do the quick brush. That actually works if you do it right. It's gotta, not like that though. Not like that. Damn. Okay, well now it says that actually works. I'm trying to do it softly, and it just doesn't want to softly. So that's pretty much, I mean, if we quick level to this, I think it's going to lift this up a bit. Soften that out. Pull it back at all. Okay, that's actually a little bit of a mistake there. It does need something there. Tools can be a little finicky at times. We do need some elevation so that it matches this hook up here. Road that down. Smooth it out. Okay, well, come back on that. Pull those in. It's not great, is it? Oop. Wrong one. I'll be doing that. It needs more of a bowl shape, and then that needs to straighten out a bit. As far as this, that's acceptable. We need to get rid of that. That shape is not good. Well, does erosion maybe take care of it? A little bit. It just needs to go away. So this, it's just a little bit of that. How about now? It is still very distinctive. Same with that. That needs to smooth out a little bit more. I guess it's not terrible when you think about the road kind of going along there. But I do want to maybe smooth that out a bit more. Kind of figured this was going to be an issue. Is that going to help or hurt? I need to get this back up. So that's so actually it might be better for like the hill brush. Maybe if we do like a very soft bit of that, smooth it out a little bit. This will be a little bit less dramatic of a ridge. Okay, that's better. Not great, but it's better. Well, I mean, crap. I don't know. Guess we can just keep pushing that. Really? See, it already smooths down a lot there at the edge. Kind of want that to go a little further, especially when trying to use this. I feel like it should be bigger, connect a little bit better. So let's go back into here. So really, what we need is maybe like that. I have a really bad habit of not taking terrain features to the edge. So I just end up with all these lumpies and bumpies. It's a little bit better. Okay. That will be smoother. Let's take, not that. Per usual. And then a little sharpness is fine. What we need is something in here. What have we created there? Oh, that's the power plant. Okay. I mean, that's all right. Let's again these damn corners. So since that is going off anyway, probably need it to continue on to the next area. It is really hard to sculpt this stuff when you can only see a tiny corner of it. Okay, you know what? That'll work. This transition maybe a little bit of help. Now let's see what this turns into. Yeah, see, it doesn't even reach the line there. So why don't we and just, I keep picking the wrong damn one. Just give it the faintest little rise. Doesn't just slope down into oblivion right at the corner of the region. So now this can be where we call it. Boy, that road comes in right there. Right. So now we'll pick hill. Oh, I wish there was something better with these corners. I really do. Like the edge transition if it had just gone out like twice as far, just to give it more of a transition so you don't get this crap, it'd be better. Instead, now you gotta come in here, and you gotta finesse it and fake it. Real pain in the ass. Okay. Okay, that works out. So we're going to have to want to pull that back in once we get in here, because we can see it chops off right there, so we kind of need it to be better. That almost do it anyway? I mean, it almost does it anyway. But we do need a little bit more of a transition right there. And then, we got this new mountain line over here, which we don't actually have to do anything with. That's pretty subtle. It might work as is. Aside from, usual corner fiasco. Let's maybe kind of raise the terrain a little bit. Some area. It's acceptable. That be. Okay. So, what did we mess with here? Messed with that just a little bit. Not enough to matter, I guess. What about this? Okay. Well, I have a really bad habit of just making new ridges everywhere. That'll work. Okay. Now for this. Deal with you again. So what are we looking at there? This must be just a little bit raised up then, huh? Yeah. So there should be a little bit of a hill right there. Continues on. So we can maybe bulge that out a little, and then run a line. Okay. Nope. Nope, that looks absolutely terrible, actually. Leave it alone. Just let it be. Okay. So that one continues on there. Getting rid of the name there. So there is sort of a ridge that's supposed to maybe splay out. Let's see, what are we looking at here for boundaries? That comes in there. Just kind of peter out before it even gets to the edges there. This one is going to need a little bit of something to make it believable. I mean, this is not believable at all. I really need to still lower this down. I need to come in here and chunk that up a lot. Okay, well, I mean, now we've totally screwed it here. Let's pop out and try again. Maybe the leveling brush is better. Nope, that's not what I want at all. Damn it. It is a little irritating how imprecise these things are. Okay, but see, now this needs to go back. Alright, that's a little better. Still got that weird hill right there. Okay. I like that better. This is still pretty abrupt when you look at the elevation, but whatever. So that now kind of needs a very, very little bit of continuation. It could be taller, but it works. Maybe if we get rid of that dip. I think that's too much now. That looks better. Yeah, okay. That looks slightly better. It still looks weird having like the ridge itself split into a valley. Um, but whatever, like, you know, we are where we are right now as far as that is concerned with terrain. So I imagine the rest of this will just be flat. I don't really want any more surprise features out here. Because otherwise, I don't know, what would we put in here if we need two features? We'd be looking at hills. I mean, okay, I guess. I mean, that'd be somewhat believable, would it not? It's another feature for this one. I mean, technically it's a river. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. A river... What's our substitute for rivers? Gorges? Alright, tell you what. We will, we'll make some kind of canyon. That just kind of comes in here and goes out to that side like it was. I mean, the thing is, like, we're too high in elevation, because now it's going to be water. But I was just thinking, you know, maybe not like before when I did the dry riverbed, but maybe like a meteor impact site or something. It's just, it can't be, it doesn't really work. You dig too deeply and then you start hitting water, and that's just not where we're at. Yeah, you can even see the water right there. Yeah. I don't know, I guess it's kind of interesting. Not really interesting, it's the thing. Doesn't really do what I want it to do. Kind of, I guess. I don't know. Given that we've got a crater over here anyway, you know, it kind of makes sense that maybe like that was the big one. Then, if that's the case, though, you know, they actually have a crater here. But whatever, we can pretend. Okay, well, I mean, we're going to be digging through this one anyway. So I'd say we've kind of hit that. Let's lock in on these ones. I'm just going to hit these, and then we're going to refine. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh. Let's get the neighbor areas first. Pull out some line on them. So here's where we need to get ourselves a little mountain. May come to regret this. You know what? I need to get in the habit, I mean it's a little late now, but I need to get in the habit of saving my work, popping out, then doing the reconcile thing. Yeah, save it. Because then when we make a mistake, then we can go and futz around with it some more. Okay, that's better. Sort of. I mean, we're still getting this weird-ass slope here, but yeah, you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So then we need to come in here. And we need to figure out what the hell is going on here. Drag that up dramatically. Bring in a soften. It's a little late to be doing the terrain stuff the right way now, but yeah, I should have just been doing terrain first. It would not have been an interesting opening to the series, though, but if I had made the map ahead of time, we could maybe fix a lot of our problems here. Okay. Have to call this Spider's Peak or something for how weird it is. Okay, well, we'll come in and refine that corner next. I just need to reconcile this so it fits the original pattern. All kinds of weird. Then we go in here. With that. Save. Okay. Still gives me this weird crap. Apparently cannot make look good without just ignoring that it exists, you know? No. Damn it. Alright. We're lucky that's on the back side because now just kind of ignore it and that looks fine. Okay. Well, I don't know if I want to do those kinds of features everywhere. because that just leaves sort of this area, which now, I mean, all of this is kind of free. Like everything here. I suppose we could do that. Let's see, where are we at on? Okay. Now let's pop into here. And let's see, we need 2 features to make this interesting. An island and a lake. Okay, those go together. Do a same sort of thing, I guess, same sort of deal. Where we just kind of do like that, and then put a mesa in the middle of it. And exit. It's weird, it's out of place. The edges of that are way too regular, and it's actually huge, but I don't know. maybe we can bring it in just a little bit. How do we want to do that? Quick level brush. A slightly more irregular edge here. And we will a little bit of a soften. Yeah, this one I'm okay if it's not a smooth transition, just because it would be like a crater down into there. Okay, that's a little bit better. And then this one also requires some stuff. Plains and mountains and or gorges. Well, we can do plains quite easily. A mountain. How about something that pokes out the backside here? That way it doesn't have any impact anymore. We don't have to reconcile any more edges. Do a mountain. Okay. And here real quick, give it a little bit of a weather-beaten look. It's not really eroding it. Yeah, I thought it might, so we will just stop touching it. Okay. I say that's pretty good. So I think next time we will do a farm rush, just kind of fill in everywhere as much as possible. I mean, right now I don't think we have a whole lot of demand regionally. Yeah, it's actually going down. Right now what we need is more industrial. So and that's not really in the cards. I mean, we can get it down as much as possible, but it's until this thing erupts here, this big city, then we'll probably end up filling in more farms around the area and the like. But we do need to kind of come in and touch up some of these areas just a little bit, because I need to put trees down and whatnot. So yeah, I think we'll do that. Maybe at least get the northwest part done, like we can connect the road up get all the fields along there, get all that chunk done, and then maybe save this area for when there's demand here from this city. I'm just worried about the buildup of industrial. How am I going to get all that dirty industrial out of here? Because I'm pretty convinced it's all regional demand at this point. So I mean, I guess I could go fill in this side of River City with it, and then maybe just because of the nature of River City, it would convert a lot of that into high tech and manufacturing? I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work. But anyway, I will end this one here, and we'll wrap this up next time.